That's what it is. Lord Jamar, 5 years later.
Vlad.
People aren't ready for this. People are not ready for this, but it happened, and I think it's going to happen again.
I think some people are going to love it and some people are going to hate it.
And that's okay. That's what I realized over time. You know, I almost consider myself the Vince McMahon of hip hop, where it's like, I have so many haters, but the haters is what drives it all. You know, like you need the haters. I used to block the haters. I don't block the haters anymore. You need them because it's the haters and the fans, and sometimes they flip-flop from side to side.
Yes, they do flip-flop from side to side. I used to have people that, oh, I hate you, and then, yo, I can't front after, I started to like you, but...
Yeah.
And then I had people that used to love me, and now they fucking act like they hate me. So
final question.
Yeah.
I got to ask this before you leave. What are you going to say to all the people that say, yo, you're not standing on code? You said you'll never go back to VladTV, and here you are today.
First of all, motherfucker, I always been on code. First of all, I don't think I ever say never. I said I'm not going back on, but I don't think I ever say never say never. Okay? And yeah, circumstances change. And like I said, I can't live for what people think about. You know what I mean? Think about me in their mind. They're gonna think whatever the fuck they want to think about me. Yeah. When you go through when people try to cancel you and all this type of shit, which happened to me too.
Over the Kamala Harris thing?
Several things, bro. But yeah, it all, you know what I mean? People were coming at me. They didn't like a lot of shit that I was doing. They didn't like that. Yeah, I was going at Kamala, that I supported Trump, all kinds of shit. And yeah, I've just seen people just be real flip-floppy. You know what I mean? And ignore what you've done in the past and shit like that. Like really, all this shit, all the work I've done, but now you just, you know what I mean? You're gonna take this and think you're gonna run with this, or you try to kick a motherfucker when they down and all this type of shit. Okay, I see what's going on. You know what I mean? And sometimes you need adversity because it allows you to see certain things for what they really are, and certain people, will reveal themselves, and yeah, you need that every once in a while, a good cleansing.
Yeah. Listen, it was interesting to see during that whole cancel period, people really say what they have been wanting to say for a long time, both positive and negative. The grass was cut. I got to see how people reacted. I got to see how many people went below the belt. I got to see how many people actually stayed, solid. And yeah, man, it was an interesting time. And you also get to see what happens over the course of time, how things seem really bad in the beginning, but the next day, things slowly kind of start getting back to normal, and you got to just muscle through it.
This too shall pass.
This too shall pass. This too shall pass, and I'm not mad that it happened, but I am glad that I did do the apology. I don't think this would have happened without the apology. Just knowing who you are. Yeah, and that's cool. and look, like, I went into this, like, if you look at the early part of my interview with Willie D, I said, I know some people are going to accept it, but a lot of people are going to say, fuck you and your apology. And that's cool. I get that. And that's fine. Because I've seen a lot of fuck your apology videos from various people. I mean, including you in the beginning. But for example, like, I got a call from Killer Mike that next day and said, hey, bro, I really admire you for doing that. And me and Mike have kind of kept in contact this whole time. He's like, yo, I really admire you because I never told you, but I have a lot of people that I'm close to that are, with the NOI, and I always felt a little weird with us, because of that. But you doing that means a lot. And I'm like, oh shit, Killer Mike, the Grammy-winning Killer Mike, who does tours with Dave Chappelle and creates really dope music, just called me out the blue to tell me that. I'm like, wow, like that made it all worthwhile. Like that phone call. I thought that was dope. And a few people in my personal life who aren't famous hit me up. I was like, yo, man, you didn't have to do that. That was dope. You know? And I'm glad I did it. And I think this is one of the...
I think a lot of people are glad you did it.
Yeah.
I mean, better late than never. And yeah, I hope you know, if a lesson was learned from it, then that's a good thing.